project for the quarter is to develop an interface for behavior tracking, so a behavior tracking app or website. The purpose of our app is to provide an easy way for people to track their symptoms and to analyze trends in their symptoms. So it allows you to input the type and intensity of a specific symptom that you're feeling on a specific day. And then you can visualize all the information and find trends in your symptoms over like longer periods of time, for example, weeks, months, and years. So for example, you can find out how long a typical cold lasts for you. So right now we're testing our interface for this app. You'll have 3 tasks to complete that are specified on these index cards. It would be great if you can talk aloud what you're thinking while you're performing each task so we can get feedback. And then once you have finished a task, just say I'm done.
So task 1 is input mild cough, moderate headache, and severe sore throat. I'll click add new symptom. Okay. And I'll click search. And I'll type M for mild cough. So there's no mild cough. I will backspace and type C. Okay, now I found cough, I click cough. And I click mild for cough. So now I type backspace and type H for headache. And then I found headache, so I click it. And I click moderate. Okay, and I backspace and I type S. And I click sore throat. And click severe. And I see this backspace button, so I press that.
Alright, you have finished task 1.
Remember to see trends for your cough. Okay, so I click trends. Okay, and I click cough. Oh. Oh. I will try to click weak. Okay, and I select cough.
Yep.
Yep.
So you finished task 2.
So compare trends for the 3 symptoms of the past month. Okay, so I click month. Okay, and I check all 3 boxes. Okay.
Alright, that's the end of task 3. Okay, here are our observations. So from the first 2 users, we noticed that they were confused with the terms low, medium, and high to describe the intensity of the symptoms. So we took this out, and our resolution was to rename them mild, moderate, and severe. So that's what our first resolution was from the user observation. So another observation we made from the previous 2 users was that before we named the trends button graphs and the data input portion input data. So this was very confusing to them, and they didn't really know which one to click. So we decided to change our terminology, and our resolution was that we renamed our input data part as input symptoms and our graphs part as. So from the first 2 users, we also made another observation that they were wondering why there wasn't a graph on the day view page of the symptoms. So on this page, they were wondering why there wasn't a graph, since there's a graph for the week view and the month view. So we took this into account, but we didn't think it was necessary to put a graph in for the day view of the symptoms, because it should just be a list of the selected symptoms that they put in for that particular day. And the only function that they should have on this screen is to either delete something they accidentally added or to add more symptoms. In our third observation, for our third user, we tried to look up, user 3 tried to look up mild cough instead of cough, which resulted in, when they were trying to search, they searched up mild, so it started with M, so it resulted in a list of symptoms that started with M instead of cough. But he realized his mistake really quickly and determined, and so the result of this, our resolution, is that we just need to change the wording of our task, and it wasn't an actual problem with our design. So one of our final observations is that user 3 tried to click on the cough X box right here. User 3 tried to click on this X box in order to see the trend of their cough, but then he quickly realized it didn't do anything on this page. So, and then right after that, he clicked on week view, which led to this page. Which led to this page. And then he realized he would click these buttons in order to get graphs onto there. And so from this, we made a resolution to that if users click on the cough X box, it would be so that they can add or delete or edit their list here. So if they marked this, then it would have, then a delete button would show up. That's what we want to add. Okay. So overall, other than the resolutions stated above in the observations, by the time we progressed to user 3, the process of completing all 3 of the tasks was much smoother. So during the pilot phase of testing our prototype, we had already amended some of the problems, including confusing terminology. So the next step, when we actually design our interface, we will make sure to include visual feedback for our buttons and use color to highlight different areas of the screen so that it's more obvious of what you can click on here. Thank you.